My God, you've done it again. Do you realize that you have clicked on my face once again, thus justifying this video's existence? And I thank you for that. And while this video is brought to you by Athletic Greens, I will talk about that later in the video. But first, if that Uncharted movie left a bad taste in your mouth, this is an alternative. So the Lost City is one of those make your way through the tropical forest in the middle of nowhere, trying to avoid the bad guys, but hopefully find the Lost City type adventure movie. Stars Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, and at first I was like, this is actually, it feels unique. Not like the movie always sticks to landing and keeps that feeling of feeling unique, but I thought the setup was really good. Sandra Bullock plays this author who essentially writes smut novels, but with an archaeological twist. She's educated in archaeology by trade, that's where her heart lies, but she kind of fell into writing these romance novels, but it's not fulfilling for her new book. She's not inspired to write it. Channing Tatum plays the model on the covers of her books. You know, the model, the Fabio character, you know, the Fabio with the blonde hair is dipping, right. He plays that character. He plays Fabio, but he's not Fabio. You remember Fabio? A lot of my young audience like, who the fuck is that? Their parents are like, yeah, right. Can't believe it's not bother. Then Daniel Radcliffe plays this really rich, eccentric guy who's convinced that Sandra Bullock is the only one who can lead him to this lost city of D. They make a lot of jokes about the name. So he's looking for the lost city of Dick. He's kidnapped her. Channing Tatum goes and tries to rescue her, though he's completely unqualified to do so. So Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock are trying to clusterfuck their way through this forest, and baddies are chasing them, and archaeology adventure movie. Now when this movie works, it does work, and it works because of the chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum continues to impress me with his comedic timing. I mean, at first I was like, yeah, the guy from Step Up, who cares? I think it was Step Up. Otherwise known as Channing Tatum movies I never watched, but I worked at the theater and I think I remember that correctly. Step Up, also a lot of trash. The point is, around the time of 21 Jump Street, 2012, thereabouts, I was like, Channing Tatum has really good comedic timing. I'm glad he's getting that recognition, because I never gave him that recognition. Not until then anyway, and in this movie, he really shows it once again. And although I was impressed with the chemistry between the two, when the movie starts getting too romantic, I don't buy it at all. I mean, at best, optimistically, for the future of the two of these characters, I imagine she would find him infatuating, and then at the end, when they're back on land and they're away, like, she's not gonna call him. She's not. I just don't buy that kind of connection between the two past an infatuation in this situation at this moment. I mean, they're going to find a place called the Lost City of D. Now's the time. Just saying. If ever there was a time. But when the two are bantering back and forth and they're dealing with the problem at hand, I liked the two of them very much. Daniel Radcliffe wasn't on screen as much. It's kind of why I compare this to Uncharted. When he's on screen, it's his scene, and when he's not, you're just dealing with the heroes at hand. Makes him a proper Uncharted villain, but I really did buy him as this young rich guy who has something to prove because his brother essentially was given the company, and he's like, no, I'm worth more and I'll prove it. I'll find this priceless thing. The movie's not as action-fueled as it is them trying to squirrel themselves away from danger, maybe using a couple booby traps when time calls for it. Well, correction, before they're doing that, there is a character that's on screen that's actually a surprise cameo that I loved. I loved this surprise cameo, but I'm like, it's Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock. He's not gonna be there the entire time. And he's not, but when he is there, the movie is super action-packed, and it's actually never as badass as it is when he is on screen. However, there are characters in this movie that suffer from a severe lack of awareness. Just aware of their surroundings, aware of the people that are clearly in their field of view. When making a movie like this, you gotta think, like, what would Metal Gear Solid do? If you would be seen in a Metal Gear Solid game, you can't walk that path. That's line of sight. You can't do it. Example, there's a scene where they see someone coming, they're like, oh, we gotta hide. No, we can't hide. We have to scale the cliff, which would clearly make us visible to him. Also, you're wearing a very bright pink glittery outfit, so you're definitely gonna stand out. Regardless, the scene cuts to where they're almost at the top of this precipice that they're climbing. Doesn't show how they got there without the guys seeing them. There are moments like that in this movie where I'm like, that doesn't make any logistical sense. A lot of the comedic reaction lines are given when it's a reaction shot of them walking away and you just hear the audio. You can't see their mouths moving, and it just feels like it was a reaction shot of them leaving, and then after the first cut of the movie, they watched it and they were like, oh, we could use reaction line there, and there, and there. And there. We can just add audio, that's easy, just don't show their mouths. It does feel slightly out of place. Some of the things said were funny though. Some I was like, oh, that's the best you got, okay, fair. But in the end, by the end, the movie's quirky, unbelievable to a lot of degrees. But to its core, there is an air of fun to it that I did have. I thought this movie was gonna be a bus fire. I surprisingly had a fun time with it. No alcohol required. And as mentioned earlier in this video is brought to you by Athletic Greens. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a daily supplement that has become part of my daily health routine. It has 75 different ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens, which helps with stress. And let's face it, in this stress-fueled world, I will take all the help I can get. Plus, AG1 helps in that post-workout recovery, and I am currently down 10 pounds. 10 pounds of pure garbage out. So I feel like I'm on the right track. But I personally love the simplicity of it. 1 scoop to 8 ounces of water, shake, done. But as for my routine, put it in a blender, add a banana, some ice, blend. Bangarang. So click the link below or go to athleticgreens.com/Johns, and they'll give you, my glorious people, a special offer of vitamin D plus 5 travel packs for those who subscribe to AG1. And thank you once again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. I do appreciate it. Alright, so The Lost City, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what did you prefer, The Lost City or Uncharted? That really hinges on whether or not you've seen 2 movies, which maybe that's a tall order. Don't know, but whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.